Hello, welcome back to Priest Adventures. This week we're doing the Buice Falls Trail. Now, the ALLTRAILS directions used to send us over here to the entrance of Big Canoe. It's a community, but it actually said to park inside Big Canoe and walk to the trailhead. But you can't. Big Canoe is a gated community. You can't get in. And I'll talk more about Big Canoe a little later on. You actually are going to go about 6 miles further up, and if you GPS it, it's the Wildcat Campground. We're in the truck this week. Normally we're driving a car, but we're in a truck this week because of this road, the Wildcat Campground Road. We had a Ford Fusion for a number of years until we did this hike, and this thing is seriously rutted out. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. We bottomed out a couple of times on it coming down one of the rises coming down off that, and then it leveled off and was going to go down another hill. And as we got over the top of that hill, it had even worse ruts in it. We were like, no, there's no way. So we ended up having to do like a 30-point turn just to get it worked around and gun it up that hill. We barely made it out, and it added an extra half mile to our hike to and from, so an extra mile total. It was ridiculous. It's supposed to be a 4.9 mile hike, but with us, I remember it was more than that just to walk back to the car. So once we get closer to it, I got about another 10 minutes of driving. Once we get closer to it, we'll start the camera back up to where you can see the road. And it does end into a campground. It's a nice campground, and this hike's really nice. It actually follows the river for most of the way. Okay, we're at the entrance of Wildcat Campground Road. It's all gravel, all dirt, and they rarely ever grade it from what I've seen. But this is another place, just like the Cartacay River Loop Trail is. You have to have a land pass, a hunting license, or a fishing license to be able to use the property in the woods around it. So buy a fishing license, spend $10. It's a lot cheaper to do $10 for a fishing license than it is to get a ticket for being on the property without it, I'm sure. The DNR don't joke, they don't kid around, and you can't get out of it. If you get busted with it, you just got to own up to it, and that's just what it is. This is the Buice Falls hike, Buice Falls Trail. It is my phone turned off, a 4.9 mile hike per the ALLTRAILS app. Out and back, goes to a waterfall at the end, Buice Falls. It is part of Dawson Forest WMA. That's the reason why you need a hunting license, fishing license, and all that, or a land use permit. Of course, the Dawson Forest WMA gives you a map of the area. Watch out for bears. You're in North Georgia mountains, so there you can't walk up on a bear. Hence the bear spray that we have. Hunt orange recommended for all between August 15th and June 1st. Now, I don't understand that. That's not deer hunting season. I'm not sure what you're hunting through the summer months. We used to do squirrel, but there's nobody here. When we pulled up, these people were getting out of their truck, and they're doing the what's the name of the campground? I can't remember the name of the campground. There's another trail. It's a loop that comes off this way. Is it Wildcat? I think it's Wildcat. Yeah, I said it earlier. Wildcat, the road is Campground Road is what you turned off on. And they have camping. I don't see a pay box anywhere. I don't think they charge you for camping, but it does say fee use area for it. We're going to get an idea of exactly what they say it is. We're starting from the beginning, and we're starting to walk. the campsites they're level. They're fairly nice. You get to hear the creek. So this is the reason why we really like this hike. Is a lot of it is along the creek, so it's really scenic. It is rated as moderate. At the end of this one, I forgot to on last week's trail. I forgot to give my ranking of it, how I would rank it. But I'll be sure to do it on this one. And same as last week, I forgot to say like, share, subscribe, comment. You know, yeah, it still follows it around. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, and watch us walk in the woods. I don't know, I like watching other guys walk in the woods, so why not? The Buice, it's a hard word to say, B-U-I-C-E. I don't know why my mouth just does not like to form that into a word, but Google says that it's Buice, so the pronunciation of it is Buice. I'm walking off the trail for a second just to show the creek here. Clear. That is a clear creek. And we had a lot of rain yesterday. I was expecting this to be up and muddy. Maybe they didn't get hit with rain here. It was like a 10% chance. We were trying to get a hike in yesterday, and I mean, we're maybe 30 feet from the campground, and you could hammock camp this, no problem. Maybe even put a small, 4-man dome tent out on it. But Buice Falls Trail, it's not very well blazed, and you have to keep up with the app, keep up with the map on it. See, it's got a green blaze right here, so you want to follow those greens, but you can get turned around, and we did get turned around on this one when we did it. It was a little over a year ago we did this, but still, just walking along the water here is really nice. And see, you can again get turned around. If you end up going down that way, you're not on the trail, you have to cross the bridge. So keep up with your app, just keep it in your hand. Ooh, this bridge has seen better days. And it's surprising, the last time we did this hike, we saw no one. There were people camping, and we figured we would catch them on the trail, but there was nobody on this hike. And again, it is a Friday at like noon, but they just don't, people don't hike this trail. People don't think anything about it. I think the only thing that would probably drive anyone crazy is the amount of spider webs you walk through. This is where it gets interesting. This is where you gotta go down. They used to have a rope here the last time we were here, if I remember correctly, but you got trees to grab hold to. They made rocks stacked up where you can keep going. And then it goes to here. It's a nice, like a lagoon type of area. And right there is a rope. So you can swing out and swim in here. Okay, so far we're just under a mile in, 0.8, 8/10 of a mile, and we've only gained 20 feet of elevation. I mean, we're walking right along this creek, and so far so good. It's a nice hike. It's a nice walk. I mean, the views along the creek themselves, and the little mountain laurel that you get to walk under. And my wife's trying to judo chop a bug. Straight like, eh. All right, mile in, gotta hydrate. Because this Georgia heat, you sweat but it doesn't escape, and it gets hot. My glasses are fogging up again. And I have a gnat in my ear, so I got that going for me. I think he's making a home. Okay, we're still making our way back to Buice Falls. I tried to look up the history of Buice Falls, but there's nothing. Nothing. It pulls up some other guy's YouTube video. Ooh, sun. It pulled up some other guy's YouTube video from last year, but there's no history on why it's called Buice Falls. If you know, comment. If you live up in this area and know why, drop it in the comments. I would be interested to know. Now I'm getting winded. We're walking away from the creek, following the trail, and it's pretty steep. Really steep in some spots. Whew. That was almost straight up. It should have had stairs. Whew. This is where it starts to earn its moderate ranking. Back next to the creek again. So now we got to go up this way. Little stone steps, and here's the rope, the cable that you can use to help yourself up. And then you got to walk across here, help the wife across. You. And still, if you slid, it's a little fall into the creek, which we're trying to avoid. I don't want to have a wet seat on my way home. The fun thing about doing these trails again is just to document them. is that over a year later, I have forgotten exactly what this trail was. Having to go through my ALLTRAILS app and go through my completed list to find them. So it's kind of reliving the last year. Okay, we just ran into the people that were on the hike doing the loop. So here's where it gets you. This is where we messed up last time. There's a bridge right here. And there's a green blaze right here. So what we did last time was we came up the steps here. Keep you in the shot. And crossed the bridge. Because we thought, there's a bridge. This is the way we go. Well, we ended up about a half a mile back this way. And I had an uneasy feeling. I was like, let me check my app. We walked a half mile the wrong way. So doubled back, added another mile to our trip. And all in all, this thing ended up being like 7 miles total for us. And then that half mile walk back, it was rough. But now from the bridge, you make a hard right and you go up this trail, up the mountain. This is where you start getting your elevation. The walk to and from isn't bad, a couple little hilly spots, but then we're going up and over this mountain. And that's yay. Let's go. So the fork goes that way and back this way. There's a sign here for Fall Creek Trail and Tobacco Pouch Trail. It's a half mile to Tobacco Pouch Trail. And then you have this, it's mile 3.3. But follow the app, you turn left. And we've already done 2.6 miles. So it's not looking good for ALLTRAILS. Yeah. Now, here's the part that they don't tell you on the ALLTRAILS app. And there are pictures of this. It's a rope crossing. To cross the creek and to actually get to the Buice Falls, you have to cross the rope around the rocks. I did this last year. Completely forgot about it. And I almost ended up in the drink once whenever I crossed it the first time. Had to take your shoes off, hang them over your neck, grab a hold of the rope and go across. My wife stayed right here and didn't cross the creek because it's not worth it to go see the falls. It is a nice fall. It's a nice waterfall. There are 2 ropes. There's one that goes across further out, but I didn't see any reason in crossing that one. I went across here, across these rocks, and then up through. And I literally put my shoes back on and I ran to the waterfall to hurry up and get a picture of it and come back, so I wouldn't leave my wife here for too long. As of now, stopping here at the creek, unlock my phone, we are 2.6 miles. It is another half mile from that up. So you're walking 3 miles to get to the creek. Oh, and so far both me and my wife have fallen on this trail. These things, these inclines are pretty slick, especially after the rain yesterday. But I think the last time we were here, we both fell again. So just be mindful, watch your footing. And now we're gonna go back to the truck and change this shirt, because my God, I've sweat through it. Now, for what it's worth, it is a nice trail. Although we didn't get to see the falls, it is a nice trail along the creek, and we are definitely walking under a canopy, which the shade is nice, but it would be nice to have a wind, have a little breeze. I almost wish we would have hiked yesterday in the rain. I'd rather be wet from that than sweat. And also be mindful, yellow jackets. It's summer, they are out. One of them already tagged my wife in the leg. She got stung when we were trying to come up one of those pretty technical inclines, which we now have to go down. So we have to try not to smack it with our butt. Now we're back to the spring and the rock outcropping and yellow jackets. I just saw one. Hit that little technical spot and there's yellow jackets all over the place. And we are currently trying to get away from them. I think they hit my wife again. She's running. Like running. They're not around you. Yeah. Another one got her again. They just don't like her for some reason. They didn't bother me. Okay, so run. Update. I don't know what it is out on this trail, but it's liking my wife because she's getting ate up, stung, bit, something. We just came down off that little mountain thing where I had to stop it to be able to make the trek because you have to hold stuff. And we were on the flats. It wasn't anything crazy. And about that time, she starts screaming. Something got her in the stomach and like on the arm. But I didn't see. I saw something fly away. Didn't look like a bee. It looked like a horsefly. Okay, we took a short break, real quick, just because I wanted to see. She wanted to make sure I didn't have anything on her back, but I could see the whelp, and just at the armpit, and then on her belly, and it stings. You can see where the stinger had hit. So it wasn't a bite; it was a sting. But I don't know. I don't get it. I'm walking same right behind her. I'm just a few feet behind her, and they are tearing her up. And I'm not even seeing them. Like they're coming in and just popping her and gone. That creek is really nice, but these yellow jackets, these things are. I'm surprised that I haven't been stung. The amount that are around, and we don't want to stop long enough to even film it to get it on video. We're just trying to keep moving so they don't swarm us. Again, they hit my wife because it was in a spot where we were staying still, trying to get up the sides of the mountain. So we were just barely moving, and then they were getting her. But as soon as we stop, you'll see them start coming around your feet, and you just got to keep moving. So there's no hydration breaks on this one. We're fast walking it. If we see another one, we'll probably end up running the last mile of this. I don't know how far we've gone so far. Haven't been keeping up with it being an out and back. 4.4 miles. But with it being an out and back, I don't have to really watch the camera on my way back, or my phone on the way back. So if anything else interesting comes up, I'll start the camera back up. We got another technical area to hit on this, and we got to hit it quick. All right, update. Made it through that one. That like rock kind of trail right next to the creek, and no stings. But the moment that we stopped, moving forward, they were out. They were around my feet. So we're basically just jumping on this one. I mean, it's a move. They wasn't there on the way in. We didn't see them on the way in. But as the heat of the day, it's 1:44, as the heat of the day has come up, they are all around here, just dipping in and out of the trail. Hey. We are running. They're swarming our heads. Oh, and my shorts want to fall off. That's nice because I got my cell phone in my pocket. So now we're going back up out of here. I'm going to give it a little gas. And this is what we walked it back up out of. So yeah, we drove or walked last time because we had bottomed out. And we had to walk all this uphill back up to where the parking lot, or where there's parking, space for parking. And actually, if you look over the side, you can see the creek over here. It's down there. It's a ways. But little pull-offs here and there so you can let people pass. And this is, again, another half mile that we had to walk back out. We were hoping that somebody that was camping was going to be driving by and we could just hop in the back of their truck, but that didn't happen. Oh, the stupid stuff we do. Here comes the ruts. This is the good one. Get up out of there. Come on, truck. This is the one we had to take the car. Water bottles flying. This is the one where we did the car. Get it. Get up the hill. That's why we bought a truck. That's why we bought a truck. Oh, did we spray water out? Oh, the Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Your Starbucks. We'll get that clean. I love this. I love it. I don't like the stings. The bee stings. That wasn't good. That wasn't fun. Okay. We've pulled off here because I was going to film an outro right there at that sign. The moment that I stopped moving, the bees are all over the truck. I mean, they're all around us. Bees, there was a horsefly. I mean, they're just swarming all around. So we're going to do the outro here from the truck. Buice Falls hike. Said that it's a 4.9 mile moderate. We walked 5 miles. We did exactly 5 miles when we did not get to the falls. This is more of a 6 mile with a creek crossing that's not listed on ALLTRAILS. It may be in the reviews. People may have reviewed it. I actually think I may have put a notice or a note in there on my review that there is a creek crossing, and I may have posted a picture where I'm crossing the creek, but I completely forgot it a year later. I mean, we both did. We both forgot this creek crossing. So if I would have went back through and read my own review, it's probably in there. So with that being said, we're going to start with the reviews. I'll start with a 5-star. Emily Loggins. Let me hold my phone. Emily Loggins, 3 weeks ago. I have to keep tapping the screen, but it's part of it. This hike feels like a well-kept secret. It's well-maintained and follows the river to the falls. We stopped to swim in the river, caught crawdads, and listened to the birds. We didn't see any other hikers. There were a few campers at the trailhead. Without the ALLTRAILS app, we never would have located the trail. We'll be back later this summer for more river bathing and stunning views. Also follow the Apple Maps coordinates. Google Maps took us to a neighborhood first. And they did. 3 weeks ago it did that to her, but it gave us the Wildcat camping trailhead, and we have got bees everywhere. I mean, they're just all over. That's the title of this one, bees. There's a horsefly on the I can't stand those things either. All right, now Erica Earhart says 1 star. It was extremely hard to find the trails. Not a lot of markers nor signs. It was very beautiful, but there was also post about hunting season, August through June. And again, I don't know why there's a post of August through June. I don't know of what is being hunted August through June. I like to hunt, but we were not deer hunting in August to June. That's September, October, up until January. And I don't know the reason to wear an orange if it's you're on a trail. I'm wearing black. I wore a black shirt. So my review. It's a good hike. You will get sweat. You're gonna sweat. It's gonna be a workout. I would put it on the harder side of moderate because of the inclines. It doesn't have a lot of switchbacks. You're going straight up. There is a lot of chances to fall and slip, and we did. We both took a shot to the ground. And the bees are bad out here. It wasn't like this the last time we were here, and they're crazy. They were just going crazy. If I was to give it a rating, I would give it 3 stars. I would give it 3. It's a good workout. It's a good hike, but build a bridge. Put a bridge across the creek to where you can get to the falls without having to do the rope. I don't want to have to take a chance of, falling into the creek just to go see a waterfall. I did it the first time because I was determined to see the waterfall, but having forgot about the rope crossing, it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth making that trek across the river or creek. Trek across the creek. I would say that the ALLTRAILS app has this one way off. It's not 5 miles, it's 6. It's a moderate to hard, and I wouldn't just consider it moderate. It's a nice beginning, but that second half, that second act, you're gonna fall, you're gonna sweat, you're gonna be out of breath, and then you're gonna get to a creek and go, oh crap, now I have to cross the river. Now I have to cross the creek. Now I got to cross water. I got to take my shoes off. I got to climb in this thing and go across just to go see the waterfall. And whenever I made the trip to the waterfall, what we like to do at waterfalls is we'll set up our hammock. We'll set up the hammock and hang out, have a snack, and stuff like that. But whenever I got over there to get pictures of the waterfall, there was no place to set a hammock. The creek comes right up around. You barely have a place to stand just to be able to get a picture of the falls. So if you're gonna wear your bathing suit and come down here and get in the water, have at it. It's perfectly fine for that. But if it's going for a hike, get ready to sweat and get ready to get wet to go see a waterfall for a few minutes and then make your way back, and plan for 6 miles instead of 5. And a bee just smacked the glass. I don't know if you heard that, but he just smacked it right there trying to get me. So, I believe I've got everything covered. I'm about to change out of this shirt that I sweat slapped through without opening the door. And we're going to go find something to eat, and we're going to probably have a drink. Probably have something to drink to get this one done. Well, thanks for watching, and share, like, subscribe, thumbs up, hit all that good stuff, and follow us on our next adventure. Thanks.